So talk to me about married life and dad life.
I feel like for started. Oh, also for that track, it was mixed by Internal Quest. Shout out Internal Quest on the boards. I feel like I get props more for one than the other. Of course, like I always
get props for dad
for the
life.
dad shit.
Yes,
it's like nobody gives props to like you being married. It's like, nigga, you stupid. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Man, the married shit is cool. It's like I keep telling people, like, there's no real difference if you've been already like dealing with your spouse for X amount of years. If y'all was already living together and stuff like that, the only real difference is jewelry and paperwork. That's really it. There's no real difference. The dad shit is not to take away from the married shit, but the dad shit is amazing. Like the dad shit is awesome. Like my son is awesome. He's 1.5 right now. What I can't fathom is how motherfuckers decide to like abandon their kids. I could never abandon my son. Like never. Like, and like I feel like with this generation now, the dads are like better. I mean, there's not so much of how
we're the dads.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like
as we are the generation now.
Exactly, like as opposed to like the generation coming up where most of the dads just like walk out or you never see them or they ain't shit like or whatever. Like I feel like us coming from that, like, well, at least the smart of us coming from that, like we learn from that and we like try to do better for our sons. We don't want them to experience what some of us came up growing up. Not me, like my dad was okay or whatever. Like he wasn't like the greatest dad, but I'm not gonna say he wasn't there. He was there. He tried. Some of his attempts were ass, but like he's okay. But like, I mean, like I can never abandon my son, yo. Like I can never like I wake up, see him every day. Everybody tells me so much, like, oh, he looks just like you, yada yada. It's like I would hope so. Like
facts.
I mean, I kind of like put in work to make him and shit. So like, but yeah, the parenthood shit is dope, man. You got like a person leading your legacy and shit like that. And honestly, I wasn't even gonna care if it was a boy or girl. My wife wanted a boy so bad or whatever. She wanted a boy so bad. I didn't care or whatever. But my little man is great. A little Bobby Sentine. He's awesome.
So, because I have friends who have kids.
Yeah.
And they live their lives like it is like the world is falling down. They do what they can with their kids. Like they take care of them. Mm-hmm. They're there. They're present. But it's like a constant, like the world is falling down. What the fuck? Like they almost like a sense of regret of having a kid. And they're also pursuing music. They're pursuing stuff in the arts.
Yeah.
And they feel like it's a hindrance. And I feel like, I don't know, you just have such a poise of like married life, dad life, and you're still able to bring out a project.
Well, I had to, as soon as my son came out, I took a year off of like everything just to like adjust being a parent or whatever. Luckily, my wife, because she's had a child previously, like I learned from her because she's like pretty much a professional with like the motherhood shit, with the parenthood shit. So like I learned from her or whatever. She guides me through the parenthood shit, but she can't guide me through the fatherhood shit that I gotta do on my own.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like as far as like the changing the diapers and what medicine he needs, how to prep a bottle, formula to mix, all that stuff. Like she helped me with that. But as far as like teaching him how to be a man, that's all me. Like I have to do that and stuff. But yeah, it could be troublesome. You just gotta have an agreement with your partner. And I know it's harder for like the single parents. It's harder for the single parents. Well, so much the single women. If you're like a single mother and trying to pursue music, I know it'll be a little harder just because for the most part, like the child be with like the mother and shit.
Yeah.
So, because I know like single dads who could do the shit because they could do the child be with the mom and they just get the child whenever. But with me, I just have like the right partnership with my wife and we have an agreement. She knows that this is something I want to pursue. But at the same time, I'm not one of those parents either where Like, I don't waste time. I don't really even go outside. I'm not one of those parents who be on some drop them off to grandma's every fucking day.
I think I would be a drop them off to grandma's type of nigga.
Absolutely not.
That's why I don't have kids.
Every now and then, yeah.
Yeah, because you just need time to recharge and shit. Yeah.
But for the most part, like, I don't even see where niggas get time to do certain shit. Like, niggas be playing video games. Niggas go outside. Niggas get lit all the time. Like, I was doing that, but like now, between working, between making sure my wife and my son is straight, between pursuing this music shit, I don't have the time to do shit else really. Like, I try not to bullshit. It's like, I'm 31. I don't really have the time to bullshit.
Time's not on your side anymore.
Yeah. Or I make the most of it. Like, when I get free time, I either meet with like my manager or like try to record, or I'll holler at my producer, DJ dude or whatever, or see if I can get a session in real quick. I try to like make the most of it. Even like when I work, I get off like 11 midnight. I'll hit Vinny, be like, yo, if I could come through real quick, lay a verse or whatever, and he'll be with it. Cause he works the restaurant business like I do, so he be getting out late like me too. So I'll be like, yo, let me come through, drop a verse, record this song. Like, any moment of time where I could try to be creative or make it useful, or try to make it useful or whatever. Maybe once in a blue, I'll like have a drink or get lit or whatever. Like last night, I ran into one of my friends I ain't run into in years, so I hung out with him. And it was around the corner from my house. I ain't really had to go nowhere. I ain't really had to get all dressed up and shit. I threw on some fucking shorts. I went around the corner. There was a bunch of niggas on the porch. We all was drinking. One nigga died. He got too lit. He was having a cypher by himself. Like, the nigga was rapping by himself to himself or whatever.
Those be the best.
Yeah. We had to carry that nigga up the porch, knock on the door. Once they opened that door, literally dropped. That nigga like dropped or whatever. Nigga started spitting. We like, yo, bro, this is your hallway. Like, I mean, you can spit on the floor if you want. You live here. But I don't. As far as raising kids and being married in the music business, you just got to have that partnership with your significant other or your baby mother or your baby father, and be like, look, this is what I'm trying to do. Let's work something out. Let me get him this day, or we could both have him this day, or something like that, or whatever. Because me and my wife, we both work. Like, she at work right now. Right now, our son is at his grandmother's, or whatever. Because and that's another thing. She also like doesn't mind taking him every now and then because she loves her grandson or whatever. He goes to my mother-in-law. I can't bring him to my mother because my mother moved all the way to PA. So I can't even do that. But like I said, it's all about the partnership and the bond and the understanding between you and your partner that, you know, of goals you're trying to pursue. If you have all that right, because I know some people who baby father, baby mom, they just hate them and it makes it hard. You could be trying, it's not even about just music. It's like, if you had a child with somebody who can't fucking stand you and they won't put that shit aside to like help you, that shit is difficult.
That's my biggest fear, is having a kid with the wrong person. Like, I managed to dodge just several bullets.
Right.
Because obviously, like, I'm on my third like relationship now.
Right.
Because the other two, like, it were like pretty long term relationships, and it just didn't work out.
Right. It'd be like that. And
it's scary because, like, I'll just be thinking, like, what if I had a kid with this person?
Right. Yeah, because people always hit you with that bullshit too. Like, oh, you shouldn't have had a kid with that person. But it's not like, it's people change.
Yeah.
People change. You don't know that they're going to be
what they are
now. Like, you could 1 minute, like, be in love with this person, then the next year, next 2 years, something can happen and they change, or you change. Your mindset could be different now. It's like, damn, I used to be into this. Now I don't give a fuck about that no more. That's the part of adulthood too. That's one of the pieces of advice that somebody gave me when I was when my son was on the way. He told me, like, yo, it's just gonna be like a giant shift. There's gonna be a lot of shit that you care about now that you're not gonna give a fuck about, and there's gonna be some shit that you never considered that you're gonna start considering and shit. Like I said, with the whole going out, getting lit shit, I could care less.
See, I'm to the point now, like, I just turned 32.
Okay.
And over the last, I want to like to say 4 years of me just like traveling the country and going to events and meeting people and shit.
Yeah.
A lot of that shit's free.
Right. That's dope.
Like, so I've gotten so conditioned now that if I go to an event and the liquor's not open, if it's not open bar, I don't drink. Like, I don't pay for liquor. Sometimes I feel like an escort, like one of these IG hoes.
You sound like an escort.
I do. But it's cool. Because I go and network and shit. It's just like, why am I spending my money on this shit? Like, pay for a cover to go into a place. I'm like, fam, like, do you know who I am? Like, I go to these places on the regular. Like,
But see, you're balancing it. Like, you're going out. You still having a good time, but you're making it productive too.
I only go out if I'm getting paid or if I'm networking.
See?
The only time I'll go out for leisure is if I'm with my girl.
Right.
That's it.
Exactly. Like, you got to make priorities and shit. Like, because I know motherfuckers that go out, this shit don't serve no purpose. Like, it's like, okay, what did you do today? What did you accomplish? Like, even if it's little shit, like cleaning up your house, doing laundry, you still did something today. You still got some productive. You still got some shit done. But if you just going out and then you drinking and then you come back and it's like,
you just spent money.
You just spent money.
Yeah.
To feel like fucked up depending on how much you drink.
Yeah. Like if I was homeboy last night, that would have been a lot. Having a whole cipher by myself, myself.
I don't even know that nigga. Like, he was some guy he was one of my boy's cousins. He was just there. I have no idea what his name even is or anything. I just saw how his night ended. But
he was wasted.
Like I try to prioritize, even with like my collective that I'm with, Piss Owl, who is a combination of Piss Mob, who has a staple in Jersey City. Shout out to Piss Mob. Shout out Growl, Rando, Shags, Face, Charlie, and
sounds like the Wu-Tang Clan.
It's just about there's the similarities are there, and then there's me, Vincent, and Micah Wright. Shout out all of them. Like, even we have little arguments between us, like any collective, like any group does, like any group of men do.
Well, you have a whole bunch of creatives in the room. Not everybody's gonna be seeing things the same way.
Like, we talk to each other like, yo, like, cause sometimes they would try and get together, like, yo, let's go do this, yada yada, and then some others would be like, nah, let's work on some music, let's do this or whatever. Like, the thought is always there that we're trying to create.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, let's get together. Let's find some beats, yada yada. As far as the beats go, all these people that's on this project, I've met in person.
Like, are these people part of the collective?
My thing, no.
Okay,
because we're all like rappers.
Okay.
None of us. Well, one of us, I think Rando just started producing, but I don't think he's had anything like officially out there yet. But no, that's why that's another thing I try to like implement with people like. These producers, these photographers, these videographers, you need to build bonds with all of them.
Oh, for sure.
Make these motherfuckers your family. I have like a silent little team between me, my videographer, my DJ, my manager, or whatever. That's my little solid team or whatever. Then I got my collective, my team too. But like, as far as those like people, because I need help. I got homies that try to do everything themselves.
Yes,
which
I
is
have
cool,
friends like that, and
which is fine, but I can't do that. I have no idea how.
It's the same thing with me now. Like, shout out to Meek Bass, who's actually on recording us right now.
Yeah.
That's like my go-to photographer, videographer, and everything.
Right.
And then shout out to Justin, who has his studio.
Right.
I can record myself. I can edit and mix. I don't have that time. I'd rather just implement it to somebody else who's a professional.
Exactly.
That is like, this is their main thing.
Right.
And I could just focus on like the art of like, either I'm going to piss people off, make people laugh, bring people in and give an interview. Like, I just want to focus on that.
Right.
Because when you're wearing all these hats, it's just too much.
I can't do it. My thing is, I don't know how to do any of that shit. And then you get people who be like, yo, just do it yourself, yada yada. First of all, that's more money I'm spending on equipment.
Mm-hmm.
That's more, then like you said, there's more time I got to implement. It's like,
on top of being a dad and being a husband.
Exactly.
It's just too much.
Like, maybe if I was just like a single dude, it was just me, maybe.
Yeah,
but
you could dibble and dabble and shit.
Man, like, I need like these producers to hook me up with like fly beats. I need my manager to like put me on the shows, put me on all the fucking platforms. Shout out Charles Bowers. Like, I need his help for that. I need Nick Klein for these videos, for these high quality videos, because I can't even like. That's what the Nissan Raps was for, because I went a long time without having any content, any videos. But it's like, what the fuck can I do to get people's attention? I got mad verses in the back of my mind that I haven't used. Or if I use them, nobody knows because I'm not popping. So I'm either reuse some old verses or use some verses that I meant to use for a song. I got a car, hop in the car, do some verses. That shit helped my buzz. I'm like dropping these verses. Motherfuckers, I did one, and then dudes was like, yo, we should drop these, like all the time. Always drop this. Nissan rap should be a thing. I'm like, okay, so every now and then, I'm not even gonna lie to myself. I'm not gonna do like a P dot either, where he'll do it every Wednesday. Like,
you don't want to pigeon yourself to that.
I'd rather not. Like I said, I don't have that much time. That man, shout out to P dot, he does the bars in the car.
Mm-hmm.
He does the shit every Wednesday. I'm not doing that shit every Wednesday. Like,
I don't even want to be in my car.
Me neither. Me neither. I barely drive it because when I go to work, I take public trans because I work in Hoboken and parking is trash in Hoboken.
Facts. You have to pay for everything now.
Parking is trash. I'd rather not. And plus, when I'm at work, my wife is with the kids, so she might need to travel with him somewhere, and she worked far, so she got the car mostly. Like, for the most part, I'm on public trans. Like, I be using the car when we're out on a family thing or if I need to rap. Like, I happen to like, I'll literally be in the house and be like, yo, I'm gonna hop in the car real quick and drop a verse and throw it on IG and shit. And it'll work, motherfuckers. That's how Nick Klein found me. He found me. He was like, yo, I peeped your shit online. I do videos. I do such and such. This is my website. Check it out. I checked it out. He does like bar mitzvahs, weddings. And he shot like one video for like a rock group.
Mm-hmm.
He said he never shot a hip hop act before. So I'm like, okay. We met up first. We talked about it. I gave him my idea, what I wanted to do. We met up at the location. Next thing you know, we met up again. We shot the video. The video did like great. And then like, that's my guy now. But yeah, like, what the fuck was the point I was trying to make?
You gotta keep the toolie on you.
Besides that. But getting cool with all these people. Like, you gotta get cool with all the videographers, all the photographers, and all that shit. Like I said, people be trying to do everything themselves, and it's not it. Because you might be good at recording, but your photos might be ass. Like,
it's true.
Yeah, exactly. I tried the photography thing years ago when people made it hype, and I thought I was the man. I learned Photoshop. I thought I was somebody. I had a little digital cam or whatever. I can't shoot a video to save my life. That's what
I can't take pictures on my phone.
Oh, see, I could do that.
Nah, like I don't get the angles. People get mad. I just be like, you know what? Do it yourself. Take a selfie.
Word. But yeah, you got, like I said, build relationships with these people because these are people that you need. These are people like that are gonna like help you. You can't do everything alone. That's pretty much what I was getting at. You can't do everything alone.
All right, so I'm gonna play another song.
Which song are we doing now?
Nurse Joy.
Nurse Joy. Shout out. Yo. Nurse Joy. Let me get Nurse Joy real quick. Nurse Joy originally was a song that I did with a good friend of mine, DJ producer Jamar Jacobs. We made that song, I don't know how many years ago. And nothing ever happened with it. We never ended up putting it out. He claimed we was going to work on it. We just never worked on it. So I took those verses again. Leroy Green did that beat. I remember he posted it on his page because he be doing live beats with like the MPC and shit. He posted it on his page and I'm like, yo, this shit fire. Can I get this? He was like, yeah, I paid him for it. Or whatever. Nothing is free. Or whatever.
Not even death.
Wait, really?
Yeah, man. You got to pay to bury you.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't have a will, you have a won't.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that. That's a bar. You can have it.
Bar. I'm good at it.
I know you're good, but you can have it.
But I actually might use that. But yeah. So the song, nothing ever happened to it. So Leroy posted the beat. I paid him for the beat. And then Jamar also sings, and he sung the original hook. But I'm like, I don't want to ask Jamar again because he kind of bullshitted me last time.
Mm-hmm.
Jamar, I love you if you're listening, but you be bullshitting. And like, he bullshitted me for years. So I'm like, all right, fuck. Who can I get to sing on this? I try to get my man Con Killian on the song, who's actually with an indie label, but because he's under contract, he can't do nothing without his manager say so.
Mm-hmm.
And his manager wanted to charge me a wild price for his feature. Like, that's not my man's. I don't mind paying for a feature, but that price they wanted, I wasn't with it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I tried to get Any on it. Any, who's an artist from Hoboken. She's dope. Shout out to Any. Try to get her on it. She just never replied to my message. So I remembered my brother Rick, who is stationed in Brooklyn, who lives in Brooklyn. He hangs out with a gang of R&B singers, like big time R&B singers. He goes to the same open mics like every week. He hangs out with R&B singers that do backup for like big names. He got somebody who's doing backup for fucking Gambino right now. Gambino, Lady Gaga, Elvana. I'm like, damn, yo, I forgot this nigga's well connected with all the R&B cats. Like, we're the opposites. Like, I hang out with all the rap cats. He hangs out with all the R&B cats. I kind of want to swap, but, yeah. So I'm looking through his friends, and I'm cool. I forgot I'm cool with some of them. So I'm like, which one should I hit up? Which one? So I hit up my man, Deron Lameek. Shout out Deron Lameek. Or whatever, big ass following on IG, got a YouTube page. He does covers. People fuck with him. So I hit him up. He was excited about the idea. He said, yo, it's no problem. Or whatever. I sent him the verse, the song with the open parts. I let him know what the parts was. He sent me a first draft where he was singing, but he wasn't like putting his all into it. I'm like, bro, like, this is cool, but show off. Like, go ahead, man. Like, you don't gotta be like Maxwell, you don't gotta be soft and shit. Like, so display your talent, my guy. Like, it's all good. He sent me that other verse. I was like, oh shit, this shit fire. So this is Nurse Joy featuring Deron Lameek, production again by Leroy Green.